Alright, in this lesson, moving forward, we are going to go ahead and create one last Redis slave service, right? And what that would do is that would complete our back end of things, and then we'll move towards creating the front end pods, or the web server front end. But here, creating the Redis worker service, right, is basically our step 4, because so far we've done this. We've created the Redis master, we've created the 2 Redis slaves, right, the 2 pods, and next in this lesson I'm going to demonstrate how to create the Redis worker service. So basically we're just going to set up a service to proxy connections to the Redis read workers. So the file that we would need is the Redis slave service.yaml. Okay, that's the file we're looking for. And one more time, if I were to go on GitHub, for example, right here, notice this is the file that I'm looking for, and it's all within the same folder, Kubernetes example guestbook. Some files are in the legacy folder, some files are in the guestbook, so you just have to look for the right file, which is redis-slave controller for the Redis slave. But I think that's the controller. We're looking for the service this time. Alright, so Redis service is not within the legacy folder. Let's go back. Alright, here it is. So it's this file right here, Redis slave service.yaml, and it's within the guestbook folder. Okay, so let's click on this file just to take a look, have a peek. And again, very short file. All that does is simply gives itself a name, which is fine, a bunch of labels, and a port as well. Okay, so that's all there is to it. So let's go back to our shell, and we're in the legacy folder, so just need to go back one. So let me clear this and start over so you can see from the top. Let's do the ls for the legacy folder, and notice it's not there, so I'm just going to do a cd to go back, and let's change directory to examples. Alright, Kubernetes first. Again, doing this step by step, right? So you can see to the ls, so you see everything is inside Kubernetes. Let's do another cd, and this time I'm going to use examples, and then do a cd called guestbook. Now if I do an ls, I should be able to see the redis-slave-service, which is right here. Perfect. So we located the file, right? So once you have the file, the next step obviously is the straightforward process where I would create the service. Okay, so just do the kubectl create and our flag, and of course the name. Make sure you have the name correct, .yaml. Okay, so just verify. Here's the file, redis-slave-service.yaml, and it's the same file name. Hit enter, and what that would do is it will create the service for the Redis slave. Okay, so if I were to now, let's say, do kubectl get services, it will list out the Kubernetes service, cluster IP address, some ports for the Redis master and Redis slave. So this now completes the back end of things, right? So we have the Kubernetes, of course, as our master, and then we have the Redis master and the slave. Alright, so these are the services. And the next step, obviously, we'll create the Guestbook web server pods, which comes to the front end of things. So practice with this short lesson, and let's move to the next one.